Good evening. How is everybody doing today? Well, here we are. It is Sunday night, and we're going to be talking about what should Israel do when it comes to Iran. And we're going to get into that here very, very shortly. And I promise you, it won't be like the last live stream. We'll be like 20 minutes plus in before we actually talk about the topic. So we're going to get into this rather quickly, I promise you. I do want to remind everybody that this is... okay, hold on. Before we start, look. What are you doing? What are you doing? So, I want to remind everybody this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness or anything like that. Just be kind. And if you cannot abide by those simple instructions, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here. So that's what they're going to do. So we're not going to have it, okay? So just be decent, and then that way you don't have to get kicked out and blocked and all that good stuff. Also, if we have any interruptions with the stream, I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. So, there hasn't been since we changed providers, thank goodness. So hopefully that trend will continue. We'll continue to work with that. But anyway, that is what is happening with that. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you had a good weekend. I'll be honest with you, today I just did a chill day. Since I got home, I've been running around doing this, that, and the other thing, getting ready for things, and it's been a little bit crazy. And as all of you know, I will be leaving probably Tuesday morning to head down to West Virginia to close on my new property. So I'm pretty excited about that as well. And so that's going to be a fun trip. I will get a ton of video. I will take a ton of pictures. And, please refrain from using an algorithm keywords that raise flags. Yeah, we're going to try. We're going to try. That's what we try to do. Real quick, before we get started, I promised a shout out for somebody. And so I want to do that really quickly. I want to say hello to Jamie down in Texas. Her and her husband were here at the Prepper get-together, and they hung out, and we had some great conversations, and they're very, very nice people. And so I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Jamie and say hello. I hope everything is going good in Texas. So, but anyway, let's get into this topic, guys. Now, there's a couple things we need to be paying attention to, and I've been paying attention to things myself. Is there a dwelling on your new property? No, Deb, there's nothing. It is raw land, absolutely raw land, raw land. So really excited about that, because you got to understand, I am looking to redo everything in a different mindset, in a different viewpoint this time, going down there, looking at things with a different eye now, if you will, because of the experience that I've had with this retreat here. And I'm not getting rid of this retreat. I'm keeping this one as well. So I will have this one and the one down there. So yeah, the driveway there needs repair. You'll see. I mean, like I said, I'm going to do, I will take a ton of pictures. I will do a ton of video, and I will show you what I'm looking at. I will talk about what my game plan is when I get down there, and what I want to do. So I'm closing on Wednesday, so I may do some video before then. I don't know. We'll see. But once I close and it's mine, I will definitely be doing a ton of video. And the people that I'm buying it from were like, hey, come on down and do whatever you want to do. If you want to camp out on site, you can. I don't think I'm going to this time, just because I'm going to take Heather with me. And Heather don't want to camp out in a tent. So I think the next time I go down, I will be camping out in a tent. But this time I will not be. So my bike is silver. So Oh, newspaper thumbnail. Yeah, my bike is silver. I have a silver bike. So, all right. So let's get into this. So first of all, you got to be paying attention to what is going on. So what just ended? All right. What are they doing the closing ceremonies on? Well, the Olympics. The Olympics just finished, right? So, and of course, America, we were number one in gold medals and number one in medals overall. Um, you know, so there was some disappointments, of course, and then of course there was some surprise winners and all those type of stuff. Swimming, we always seem to do pretty well. One of the swimmers ended up winning 5 gold medals, so that was very very cool. And I say good for him. I mean that's awesome. It's an unbelievable accomplishment to be able to do that type of stuff. So we're going to talk about this situation that has been an ongoing situation for a long time. I have nothing against the Iranian people. Nothing. Absolutely nothing against them. They've never done anything to me. But the government that controls Iran are very radical. All right. So it's not always the people, it's the people in power that run the ship, decide to do what they want to do, impose their will on people. And when people rise up, which did happen in Iran, they killed them. That's what they do, okay, because they want to stay in power. So I'm going to be really, really clear when I'm talking about Iran here, guys. I'm not talking about the people of Iran, because I think in general, I think all people around the world, and that's why at the end of my videos, when I say we're all in this together, this is what I'm talking about. All the people, not the governments, the people, okay? Most people fundamentally want a couple of very simple things for their lives. They want to live a good life. They want to be happy. They want to make a decent living. They want to be able to take care of their families, and they want their children to have a better life than they did. Fundamentally, I don't care where you are in the world. I think fundamentally, that's what people want. Okay, that's just my take on that. Now, Iran, for some time, has been, getting uranium. Obviously, getting enough uranium and working on that, going against whatever sanctions that were imposed on them, and not abiding by what they should be. Iran, the government of Iran, has stated very, very clearly their two major enemies. Hey, full of hope. Hey, everyone. Late night, but hate missing the chat, so I stayed awake. LOL, love to all. Well, I'm glad. I know it's 5 hours difference for you guys out there. In the UK. I know you're in Scotland, if I'm not mistaken. If I could be mistaken, but I believe you're in Scotland, but still same time zone, which is 5 hours later than us here. So welcome. I'm glad you're here, and thank you very much for the donation as well. So for their mission has been, they want to destroy Israel and they want to destroy the United States. And that's been very clear. Ireland. Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm sorry. Ireland. Well, I knew it was over there. I couldn't remember exactly where. So my bad. I do apologize. So thank you for clearing that up. But anyway, so the government hates us. The hardliners, the extremists, they hate us. They want to destroy us and they want to destroy Israel. Why would we ever, or would Israel ever, allow them to get to a point where they have enough of this plutonium to make a nuclear bomb? Why would they do that? They wouldn't. Now, if you've been paying attention to what has been going on, there have been some accidents, right, in Iran at some of these facilities. There was an underground fire in one of these facilities and stuff like that. Now, if I had to guess, would I say that Israel was behind that? That would probably be a pretty fair guess. Not saying that that's the case, but it's a pretty good chance that Israel had something to do with these little accidents that have happened over in Iran. Now, that being said, if Iran gets to the point where they can produce enough of this plutonium to make a nuclear weapon, you're going to see Israel do something. They're not going to let these people that are right on their back door have some kind of a bomb that they can send over there and hurt their country. They're not going to. And the other thing is, we shouldn't either. When you have somebody that has explicitly stated that their mission is to destroy us, why would we even, and I think the right term is pussyfoot around, why would we even do that? Why would we even screw around? You need to be, see, there was an old saying, and I'm going to remind you of it, and Teddy Roosevelt said it way back when, long time ago. He said, walk softly, but carry a big stick. All right. We're not carrying a big stick anymore because we are dancing around everything all the time. We're way too concerned about hurting anybody's feelings. We're worried about what the world view of us is. We got to stop. We got to stop. Who cares? If they don't like us and they want to kill us anyway, then who cares? And again, like I stated here earlier, I don't believe it's the Iranian people. I think the Iranian people are fundamentally good. I really do. They're just like everybody else. But when you have people in charge, let's not forget small countries in South America regions were caught selling to Iran. Well, you know what? And there's a lot of that type of stuff going on as well. There's always going to be that type of stuff. Black market stuff is always going to go on. People are always going to be able to get what they want no matter what. You know, and I've talked about that many times. Regardless of what laws are put into place or what restrictions are put into place, criminals are going to still do criminal activity. Let me just explain something to the people that are really ignorant on the subject. Criminals don't care about going to jail. They've already been to jail. They don't care about going back. So they're going to continue to do whatever they're going to do because they're going to try to make money. That's what it is. Always comes down to money. And so, you know, you're not stopping people from getting what they want to get, doing what they want to do, because they're always going to do it. So regardless of what laws are put into place, people are always going to go around those laws. That is a fact. That is an absolute fact. So in this situation, I honestly believe that if they get closer to this point, you're going to see Iran or Israel react, and they have every right to. And I honestly, if you don't like that, I really don't care. Be honest with you. If somebody was threatening me, this is a good example. If somebody was threatening me, and I had somebody that was threatening my family, threatening my livelihood, threatening the people that I cared about, and I could do something about it, I'm going to do something about it. And that's how we all should be, you know? Yeah. Pamela Sherry says our own government is our enemy. I don't disagree with that. You know, you guys know how I feel about the government. So, you know, a big war is coming, question mark, Billy the Kid Norwood said. We could get dragged into something. Absolutely. I could see that happening. You got to remember, too, we got to pay attention to what is going on. We've pulled our troops, for the most part, out of Afghanistan, and the withdrawal continues. That should be completed by, what, September 11th, I believe, is the date that they say that they will have the complete withdrawal. We've pulled a lot of our troops out of Iraq, right? We have a small troop garrison there now. So, you know, they're being moved out for something. August 11th, something is supposed to drop, possibly lockdowns. That's Philip H. saying that. Yeah, you know what? I don't feed into all that type of stuff. I'll be honest with you, Philip, and I'll tell you why. If there's going to be lockdowns, if there's going to be something that happens, you are not going to get any forewarning of it. Hey, Dwight, I love your state. Wyoming is beautiful, man. Just so you know, just being out there, absolutely fantastic. As you know, I went to Devil's Tower, and that was very cool experience to see. Just very awesome. So, but again, none of us are going to get any forewarning. It's not going to be on this date something is going to happen. Like let's even go back. Let's look at 9/11. Nobody had a clue that was going to happen. Well, some people knew that was going to happen, but the average citizenry did not know that was going to happen. We woke up that morning. Like I said, I will never forget that day. We had the news on. I was getting ready to go to work, and Amy was pregnant with the twins at the time, and so we were sitting there, and the TV was on, and the first tower had already been hit. And we're thinking at that point, I'll never forget it. Like I said, it was like, God, this is a horrible accident. This is terrible. Something happened. Somebody hit the one of the twin towers. And then while we were watching it live, the second airplane came in and hit the second tower. And so, you know, those are things that none of us saw it coming. Now, had there been an attack on the World Trade Centers before? Yeah, there had been. There had been talk about them being attacked again because they were. I got an error or something. There was talk about there possibly something happening again, but again, like I said, other than the people that knew it was going to happen and allowed it to happen, that's my opinion. Just putting that out there. The rest of us had no clue. So this August 11th date that's being put out there, it doesn't hold more than a glass of water as far as I'm concerned, because we're never going to know when that next event happens until it does happen. That's my take on that. You know what? Okie Forge just said Ed Fauci's calling for jab mandates. I did see that, and again, I talked about that before, and I said when they are done bullying, coercing, intimidating, bribing people, and there will be a certain segment of the population that are still going to say no, absolutely not. And I don't believe the numbers, to be honest with you. I don't believe the numbers that 70+% of the people have had at least one. I don't believe that for a second. I absolutely don't. Again, that's my opinion. So if they try to enact something like that, I think you are going to see a lot of blowback. A lot of blowback. That's just my opinion as well. Yeah, Tea Party time, exactly. And they know that. They know that. So they're going to continue to do what they're doing. They're going to try to get businesses to, threaten people. But here's the thing. If you have a hospital, and like I said, again, this is just an example of something. You have a hospital that's already short-staffed, and then they say, you have to have this by this date or you're going to get fired. Well, if you had a whole bunch of staff walk out all at once together in protest, that would cripple a hospital, absolutely cripple a hospital until they change their policies. Why do you think so many hospitals are sitting back and not putting that in yet? They're in a wait and see mode. They're in a waiting to see how many people are going to comply and how many people are going to walk. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people that are going to walk. It is a very, very solid percentage of people that are not going to do this. That's the fact. That is an absolute fact. Because if they were going to do it, they would have done it already. And so, I see the propaganda every day. I see it in the ads when I turn on my laptop, and it has like the news, if you want to call it the news, and it's like, running the same spill, giving us the same crap. And, like I said, I have my own opinions on it, and I just, we'll leave it at that. But, again, to each their own. You can do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. But that's where I'm at with that. So nonviolence is best because martial law, we will have absolutely no rights, total government takeover. Absolutely. You would absolutely. That's what people are failing to remember. If they enact martial law, there is no First Amendment speech. There is no anything. They will do whatever they want to do. Now, that being said, we have an enormous country here. An enormous country. And there had been talks, and you guys have probably heard about this as well, isolating off certain areas of the country, right? Rural areas where the troublemakers are going to be, cutting off those areas and just not letting them have anything. You're going to, that type of activity would not shock me. They will control the cities. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that they would control the cities. And what they would do And again, guys, it's really, really simple, to be honest with you. Okay. When you realistically look at it, we're not dealing with stupid people. This is something that I think so many people don't understand. They think, well, they got this agenda and they're a bunch of idiots. They're not a bunch of idiots. They're a very, very smart group of people that have a game plan. Okay. Did you see Fauci calling Sturgis a super spreader? He did last year as well, if you remember, if you recall. Hey, Dan Jenkies, thank you very much for the donation, man. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. But again, if they control the cities, they control the power, they can isolate off the country. You put up roadblocks and don't let people in and out of those areas, right? So now, and then if you shut the power off in those areas, how many of those people will just walk in and give up and do as they're told? A tremendous amount, because again, and I know I'm like beating a dead horse here. 95% of the people are not prepared for a 2-week disaster. I want you to think about that. Let that resonate a little bit in your minds. 95% of the people in this country are not ready for a 2-week disaster. So they're not ready. So then all they have to do is shut off our supply lines, shut off our water, shut off our power. All right. And most people will beg to be given whatever they have to get to be able to get those creature comforts back. So think about that. It's that simple. It's, people say, oh, well, they'll never control the whole country. They can't do it. They can't patrol everything. They don't have to. They don't have to. And then how simple would it be then? Okay, so let's say that something like that happens. And then you end up with compounds. You have groups of people have banded together, have decided we're going to work together and we're not going to comply with their tyranny and blah, 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 right? So we have little groups of us here and there and the other place, and we have little homesteads and compounds and people working together and living in peace. Well, they're not going to allow that either. They're not going to allow that either, because once they get control of those cities and get themselves organized and get squared away, they're coming out. They're coming out and they're going to shut those things down and they're going to do whatever they want to do. Now, it will be a heavy toll. I will tell you that right now. It would be a heavy toll, but you beat people down enough and people will give up. That's human nature. That's the reality. The reality is this isn't the 1800s anymore, and most people are not self-sufficient at all. Never have been, never will be. So do you think, you could sit here and you could get on your soapbox and tell me what you're gonna and not gonna do all day long. But the reality is, when they take away your alcohol, when they take away your TV, when they take away your power, when they take away your heat and your air conditioning, and now you got to live life without those things or figure out some kind of alternative to be able to get those things, what do you think is going to happen with most of those people? They're going to give in. Simple. It's really not that hard. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. So, those are things that people really need to think about. And again, so those of us that are preppers, those of us that are getting ready, we need to be ready. We need to do those things and be prepared as much as we possibly can, because I feel, and this is my feeling, that those things are going to happen. They just shut off an area of the country. That's all they got to do. And then just wait. Just wait. You think they're going to shut you off? They're going to shut you off and let you still have water and let you still have power? No, because they want you to do as you are told. They want you to comply. When I did that video, guys, I want some of y'all to go back and watch that video if you haven't watched it. When I said 90% of you will go to FEMA camps willingly, and here's why. I broke it down then. You have a child. Let's say you have children, and now your child is sick, and it has a really bad medical issue. You could be anti-whatever all day long, but if your child is sick, as a parent, you're not going to let that child suffer. You don't want that child to die. And if if I go over here and I give up, they're going to take care of that child, a lot of people are going to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people would say, absolutely not, I'm not going to. And they won't. But a lot of them will. It's reality. That's just reality. Talk is cheap. You can talk all day long. I can sit here and talk all day long and say what I'm gonna or not gonna do. Okay, and that's easy. But the reality is, they got a strategy, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and there's not anything any of us are gonna be able to do about it. So, yeah, the FEMA camps were planned way in advance. You're right. I want you to think about this. Not that far from me here, from my homestead here, there is a prison that they have. Now, one side of the street is still the prison. The other side of the street is closed. And it's there. And it's empty. And it's a huge, huge prison complex. That would be a perfect spot to put people that don't comply. Really perfect spot. It's already built. They don't have to do anything. And you know what the funny thing is? I want you to think about this too. So here's this prison sitting there. It's empty. Power's still on. I'm sure they're still keeping it up, keeping it ready for when they need to use it for something. Why would they do that? If they were going to get rid of it, get rid of the whole thing, right? All those buildings are still there. All that barbed wire is still there. All those fences are still there. So, you know, those are things to think about. What is your willingness? What is your resistance level? How far will it go? Now, there's a lot of people that have a strong will and a strong resistance and won't come in. Okay, they're not gonna, and that's okay, you know. But there's a lot of people that will, absolutely a lot of people that will. So think about those things, and you have to make a decision. You absolutely have to make a decision at that point. So, you know, we can all sit here and rah, rah, rah and say what we are or not going to do, and that's great. That's great. But when the time comes and they cut you off and they cut off your access to be able to get, now don't get me wrong, will smuggling be a huge part of things then? Of course they will. Of course they will. You know, and people will still survive. They'll learn. You'll have people that are going to quit and give up, but there'll be a strong core amount of people that are going to never give up. And eventually they need to weed them out, and eventually they will try. So, you know, it's, you know, the reality is it would not be a pleasant environment to live in. It wouldn't be. But again, we all have to make decisions on what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. They're already building something rapidly in the northern part of my state. Nancy Craig just said that. Ed, don't get a rising POS bunker. No, no. You know, it's funny. It's like I do believe that we need to have underground facilities. You look at the Viet Cong. The Viet Cong had extensive tunnels in Vietnam, and they used those to their advantage. And they unbelievable underground complexes, and that's what we would have to do. We would absolutely have to do that. Hey Dan, this country needs a little bit of hardship. Our great grandparents sacrificed everything and and look at us. We are now, yeah, we're soft and entitled. I agree with you 100%. Nobody wants to work. It's ridiculous trying to find somebody to work. We just found some guys, okay, that they're going to do the plumbing for Becky and Mom's place so that we can get the water set up. We've been trying to find somebody for a while, and trying to get a hold of anybody that wants to actually work has been ridiculous. It is amazing to me. It's amazing to me. You know, I grew up. I've always been a worker. I always had things that I had to do, and if I wanted anything in life, I had to work for it. You know, that was, yeah. We the people. Actually, we're not the fourth largest army. We are the largest army. We the people are the largest army. The largest army in the world right now is China with 2.5 million men. Just our hunters alone, just the registered hunters in this country make up a bigger army than that. And then I want you to think about this too. You look at all the ex-military that are out there. You know, we are actually, all of us ex-military, we are considered a threat because we're already trained. We already know what to do. We know how to be able to be organized. We know how to deal with situations, and we can follow orders and all those type of things. It's not, you know, that never leaves you. Doesn't matter how many years you've been out of the service. That's always there, always there. You know, it's funny. I've had people say to me numerous times, They'll go, "You're ex-military, aren't you?" And I'll go, "Yeah, how did you know?" And they'll go, "Just by the way you carry yourself." When you have that training and you learn that when you're that young man or young woman, it never goes away. So you always carry yourself in a military manner. You give respect for the most part. Most of service members will give respect, but we expect respect as back as well. So it's just that's you know we're all over the place. And I'm going to tell you right now, as much as we would fight each other while we were in the service and whatever branch of the service we were in, as a bunch of men and women that are now out of the service, we'll work together in a heartbeat. Even the service members would work together in a heartbeat if we have to. So that's how it goes, you know. But like I said, when the time comes, folks, it ain't going to be pretty. This isn't going to be like some TV show. We're all going to lose people. We're all going to lose people that we care about. We're all going to lose people that we love. There's no guarantee of anything. But I can tell you, it comes down to a choice. Either you give up or you fight. And like I said, for me, I'm not going to cow down and do as I'm told and be told that I'm not a good citizen because I won't go along with whatever the program is. Not happening. So that's just my take on it. But that, we all have to make choices and we all have to do what we have to do. When the time comes, we react. That's the bottom line. You can prep all day long, which is great. Prepping is great and being ready is great. But you better be ready when the time comes to do what you need to do. And I've talked about that. You got to have that mindset and you got to be ready for. I want you to realize, and again, this is something that I think a lot of people really don't take into consideration. Look at how we treat each other now with rule of law. With rule of law, we're horrible to each other. Horrible to each other. What do you think it'll be like when there's no rule of law? When there's no consequences for your actions? When you can do whatever you want to do and you're not going to get in trouble for it? Nobody's going to put you in jail. Nobody's going to kill you. You can do whatever you want. First of all, think about how it is, number one. But think about how a lot of people that are only behaving themselves because of the law, how are they going to react when that time comes? It's going to be a free-for-all. So we're going to have to be our own law. We're going to have to make decisions what's acceptable and what's not acceptable in your group. All right. I know for myself, if with the people that are in my group, a couple things I'm not going to tolerate. I'm not going to tolerate somebody, like raping anybody. It's not going to happen. Not going to be. It's not an acceptable thing. Hey, we the people. I live 1 hour south of Dixie Fire, and we had many days of smoke and finally cleared a little today. How about the fires around the world? Well, think about that too. Let's think about the fires. Thank you very much for the statement. Thank you for sharing that information as well. Think about the fires when there's no firefighters to fight them. And those fires just burn until they're done burning. Think about when the landslides happen, mudslides happen, and there's nobody coming to dig you out. Think about what happens when the floods come and there's nobody coming to rescue you. And you're on your own. Think about when that ice storm hits and everything is down and there's nothing you can do about it. Because here's the other thing with that. Let's say you're in isolated rural areas and you're cut off and your power's been turned off and stuff like that. Disasters are still going to happen. They're not going to stop. Flooding's still going to happen. Forest fires are still going to happen. Tornadoes are still going to happen. All those things are still going to happen. But now we're on our own. And it's up to us to watch out and take care of each other. And a lot of people aren't going to do that. There are a lot of people that will, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people, Pinky Dylan, oh my God, you hurt me. It hurts so hard. That really hurts. Wow, thank you. Grow up. Hey, Pamela Sherry. That's the problem in itself. If we wanted to, we could stop all this, but no one wants to break the law and jeopardize their material things. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Oh my God, somebody brought up a subject. Was that supposed to hurt me? Is that supposed to hurt me? You're an idiot, to be honest with you. Go back into like, oh, Pinky, go back into your safe place. If it was, I think that was the one that did it. Go back into your safe place. Give yourself a hug. Tell yourself everything's going to be okay and you'll be just fine. It'll be wonderful. So, anyway, yeah, you're right. Drop it. It's done. It's just silliness that has to be. People are always going to be that way. Name calling isn't nice. Well, they need to grow up. That's all. So anyway, let's get back to what we were talking. First of all, let me do this really, really quickly. Words hurt. Sorry, I'm an a-hole. That's just the way it is, and you have to understand that. So anyway, real quickly, my website, today is the last day of the Legacy freeze-dried food sale. So if you would like to take advantage of that, it's called a Cry Cupboard. Oh my God, I love that. That's awesome. So, well, they go in a closet wherever they, crawled out of. So today's the last day of the freeze-dried food sale. That will be ending at midnight West Coast time tonight. If you would like to take advantage of that, you go to my website, preparedness1.com, and you will click on store. It will drop down. It will say Legacy Foods. What we have available is there. If you decide to make a purchase, when you check out, 20% will come off that purchase. So today is the last day for that. So last day for it. So definitely take advantage of it. Again, midnight tonight, West Coast time. All right. Yeah, sticks and stones. That's right. If I got a bigger stick, though, you're in trouble. You know what the best part is, guys? Well, anyway, so 25 years shelf life, GMO free, made in the U.S., gluten options available, and all those type of things. So anyway, too funny. So, but also on my website, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. If you see their logo, if you click on that, it will take you to their website. If you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase over there, and if you decide to do that, you can save 15% when you check out of there by using the discount code PrepperNurse1. All right, so just take advantage of that as well. Also, we have the PrepperNurse1 community on my website. If you click on that, it's a hit and decide to join that. It is free to join. It doesn't cost anything, but you do have to register. But no credit card information is asked over there for that. So anyway, so there is that. I'm going to make a statement here, and I just for fun, I'm going to make a statement. As an animal lover, if I have the capacity to put down an animal that needs to be put down, and I do it, and I do it with no pleasure at all, none whatsoever, okay? But I'm still able to do so. What do you think I'll do to people that try to hurt me or mine in a post-event? Let's just put that out there. Just put that out there. Just something to think about for all those that would like be keyboard warriors online that would never ever have the balls to ever say anything to my face. Just think about that. So Pamela Sherry, a fourth police officer that was in DC has committed suicide. Isn't that amazing too? All these police officers that were at that event and involved with that situation down there for January 6th, how they would, how they would all now be killing themselves. Isn't that crazy? Interesting. And I'm sure they were all legitimate suicides, of course. No question. I mean, why would we ever question that, right? Anyway, so Bryce said, no, it's not it's still, things are still going on with that, Bryce. Once that's all said and done, like I said, I'll let you guys know when it's all said and done. And but I won't tell you the outcome of it. I'm just going to put it like that. So that's all that is. So, but I'll let you know when it's all said and done. But people want to try to see. The thing is, Nah, I'm not. We're not even going to get into it. Never mind. We'll just let it go. Jen's probably like, "Good, shut up, Ed." But anyway, but getting back to the situation over in Israel, we really got to be paying attention to that. Now that the Olympics are over, and I really was thinking too, because the Olympics were going on, nothing was going to happen worldwide while the Olympics were going on. There's nothing was going to happen then, because they're just I knew that there wasn't, because everybody's focused on that and rooting for their country and blah 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 and all that. Well, now that that's all said and done, I would say all bets are off. You know, Lori said, Ed, thank you for your wisdom and tips. It's great to gain ideas from others. Oh, I absolutely think so too, Lori. And thank you very much for that compliment. I do appreciate that. I think we can all learn from each other. I really do. So, with that being said, and I know that I've talked about this before as well recently, I just talked about it. When I go down to my property and I'm going to shoot, like I said, a ton of video after I close, I'm going to really explore the crap out of this property. I want to get your guys' feedback. I want to hear your ideas. Now, I have some ideas already, and I'll talk about what I'm thinking about. But, I really think that, it is, to get other people's feedback, I think is important, because everybody's going to look at the same situation differently. You're going to have 10 different people look at a situation, ask them their opinion, and you're going to come up with a lot of different opinions. And I think that's a good thing. Now, I will tell you, and I'll be honest, I will listen to all your suggestions. Some of them I may follow, some of them I won't follow. But I definitely take into consideration, and I appreciate everybody taking the time to give me feedback and input. I think that that's really, really cool. Yeah, it's 25 acres that I'm going to have down there. And so I'm really, really super excited about it. I cannot wait. So, yeah, and looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting started on stuff down there. This first trip is going to be down there. Like I said, I really want to take a couple days and really explore everything, get an idea of what I want to do, how I want to set it up, and I will definitely share all that with you guys. And it's a very, very exciting. The January 6th publicity stunt, and that's all it was. If they wanted, they could have held the Capitol and made demands, and all they did was for publicity. And it was a joke. The whole thing was a joke, realistically. When you're let in, when you have a skeleton police force on purpose, and then they're letting these people in, we could have held that and taken over it, and there's nothing that anybody would have been able to do about it. Hey, we the people. Two main events may get intense very soon: China and Taiwan, Iran and Israel. Let's not forget food supplies getting hit very soon. Yes, let's not forget about that too. China and Taiwan as well. And if you guys know, we just did an arms agreement with Taiwan. I think it was for 750, either million or billion. I can't remember exactly what the number was. I believe it was I know it was 750, but I think it might be billion. Arms agreement with Taiwan. China don't like that. They don't like that at all. So you're going to see issues stemming from that as well. So be prepared. There's, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's going to be a lot of pushing going on, and it all comes down to, all those different things. Yeah, the property's been surveyed. It's all part of it. They got to do a, title search as well and go back into history. So here's a question somebody had asked, and I did ask this question, and I will find that answer out tomorrow. I asked about the mineral rights on the property. Somebody said, do you have the mineral rights on the property? So in the title searches, they go back in the title search. They'll look at that and make sure. But the lady said, she goes, I do believe that you do have the mineral rights for the property. So that is a good thing. That's what you want. If you're buying a property, you definitely want to own the mineral rights on that property. So I will find out about that tomorrow, because the lawyer's going to be calling me tomorrow. I already know what time we're meeting and doing all those type of things. So I'm looking forward to that. I got to tell you guys something. I think this is funny with, with like dealing with the hate and the trolls and stuff like that. They know where I live. They know where I live. And guess how many of them have showed up at my house? Zero. Zero. None of them. Okay. I have done 2 events now, 2 years ago and this year. This year was a 2-day event. They had ample opportunity to come and confront me to say something to my face. It never happens. It's amazing how that works. They only feel like they have their power if they're hiding in their mom's basement, on their keyboard. That's it. They don't have the power or the balls to ever come up in anybody's face. Hey, Mary Lapp, if people give into this, we are one step closer to total totalitarianism rule. Absolutely. Being order followers is part of the problem. Great live stream. Thank you very much, and I appreciate that, and thank you very much for the donation as well. Yeah, if we give in, it's giving total and complete control to the people that we elected into office. Then they become our bosses. We're their bosses. We're the ones that can truly make an exception. Oh, except for the SWAT. Well, it wasn't, okay, the swatting wasn't the people that hate me doing it. It was the police. They used the police as a tool, but now they've used that. And so, now the local police know about that situation, and, but yeah, so they will use whatever tool that they can. They try to hurt you, but like I said, they will use every tool that they have in their toolbox to try to hurt you. But they will never have the balls to ever confront you personally. That's the point I'm making. Hey, Johnny Freedom Seed. Local medical clinic requiring the juice for its employees, getting concerned for our medical system. You're having a huge number of nurses. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I like the number 556. It just happens to be a round of ammo as well, which I think is interesting. But I'm sure that was the point. But thank you very much for that donation as well. Deer season in West Virginia this fall. Are you going hunting? I don't know if I'll be down there or up here when that happens. So I don't know yet. I can't tell you one way or the other. We'll have to play that one by ear too, so I'm not really sure. Oh yes, we didn't do egg count. I so apologize. Randy Romines, thank you for reminding me. The times gets away. I don't think about it, and I know we're actually past due for the egg count. So before we do the egg count, we're at 656 in the chat. We're at 303 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you very much for doing that ahead of time. I do appreciate it. Also, it really does help with the algorithm, so the more interaction we have with the thumbs up, it's better for the channel that way as well. So I thank you for that reason as well. And also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up is the third reason. So thank you for doing it for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, if you had the same guess, is Katie Glazer. Katie Glazer was the first one that I saw that had the right guess with 7 eggs. And Thickneck did not lay today. Lazy chicken. So 7 eggs today. So better than the last couple days, which is good. There's lots of reasons why. Like I said, I do need to get rid of some roosters, which I plan on doing soon. Because they need to go. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not unhappy with 7 eggs anytime. I'll take 7 eggs all day long. So, I got to get rid of the extra roosters though. So, yep, Thickneck did not lay today. Very, very lazy chicken. I'll have to have a talk with her. But yeah, I think they might be. There's too many roosters again, so they're getting stressed out, and so I got to get rid of them. I got to get rid of a few of the roosters, and I won't tell you how. Please don't call the police on me again. He's killing his chickens. Oh my God, I'm so upset. Sorry. Don't forget about water rights. I don't think that's an issue down there. I don't think that's an issue down there. Yeah, somebody's just said Seahawk just said, wait a minute. Hey, how Open House Texas. Hey, Ed, CDC is now dictating rules for the economy, like the eviction moratorium. Analysts are sounding the warning bell. Hold on a second. Warning bell to get stocked up and put your money into assets out of the system. Yeah, very, very good advice. I cannot believe that it is allowed that the CDC can determine what's going to happen as far as policy goes, as far as that. Okay, as far as extending the moratorium and letting people not be evicted. Who gave them the power to do that? How do they even have the power to do that? So I definitely, I think that's ridiculous. Should not be allowed to happen. You know, that's just it's craziness. And I agree. If you have money in things, I would suggest you get it out of there. Put money into tangible assets. You know, that's what. Hey Ed, you putting in a well? I have. There's on the new property. There's two springs, so I definitely will be developing those springs. That's going to be part of the game plan. So yeah, there's a lot of plans that I'm going to have, and like I said, I'll go into everything when I get down there, and I will talk to you guys, and I'll talk to you about what I don't even know. Nancy's asking, do you have caves on the new property? So I have no idea, and I can't wait to find out. I hope I do. I absolutely hope I do, because I definitely would like to utilize them if I do. So, but so somebody was asking again about August 11th, and we talked about it earlier in the stream. I wouldn't put any weight into that. I wouldn't because once again, when the time comes, Ed, have you heard anything from Bizza Rizza Jizza? I know that he was taking a break for the summer, staying away from social media. So that's the last time I talked to him. That's what he said he was doing. He was just focusing on taking care of some of his other stuff in his family. So that's where he was at. But I want you guys to see something. I just saw this picture the other day, and you guys know St. Bernard Acres. If you watch the channel at all, I've known Joe for a long time. Well, Joe just posted a picture the other day, and I was absolutely shocked and very, very happy for Joe. Joe's dropped 50 pounds, and he's been doing it by riding a bicycle. And so if anybody knows St. Bernard Acres, anybody that knows Joe, I tip my hat to him. I think that's fantastic. I know he retired, and so he's taking better care of his health, which I think is an absolutely fantastic thing to do. So that's amazing. So congratulations, Joe, on losing that weight. It definitely makes a huge, huge difference in your physical well-being. So taking care of ourselves is a big part of prepping, a big part of it. So really, really happy for him for doing that. I think that that's an awesome thing. So I just wanted to mention that. So because I just saw that picture on Facebook today, actually, and so I thought, man, look at that, good for him. So I've lost 7 pounds in 11 days. Goal is 35 pounds. Nothing wrong with that. Just keep working at it nice and steady, and you'll get to where you want to be. That's the best way to do it. You know, your physical health is a huge part of it. Your mental health is a huge part of it. Being ready, is all obviously a huge part of it too. So I'm going to encourage you all again, with with the craziness that is going around the world, the craziness that is going around this country. Continue to prep, get your things in order. I think we're heading for food shortages. I really do. You look at the droughts that are happening, especially out west. Is it the one dam out there? I think it was the Oroville Dam. I believe it was the Oroville, or it might have been. It might not have been the Oroville, but it was one of those dams out there in California. It's shut down the power production. First time ever. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. And I don't remember exactly, so I'm not saying that it's definitely that one. But one of the dams out there that produces power, for the first time ever, shut down their power production because the water levels are so low. There is a huge, huge issue with not enough water. And so somebody's going to Tell me. Ram pump, water uphill, no electric, great way to get water from a spring. Yeah, I definitely have a lot. No, it wasn't the Hoover Dam. No, it was not the Hoover Dam. Nope. So anyway, somebody's going to come out here and tell me what it was. But there's a lot of shortages going on, guys. There's a lot of things that were not being. Was it Lake Mead? I was right. It was Orville. Yep. Okay. Good. See, hey, I do pay attention a little bit. So I like Angry Prepper's T-shirt he wears. Get fit or die. Well, again, let's think about it just in the aspect from this virus. When you have 80% of all hospitalizations is one mitigating factor, either the people are overweight or they're obese, that should tell you something. Okay, it's a big red flag right there. Hey, we the people, Orville Dam in Lake Shasta is almost dry. I live 1 hour away from it. Wow, yeah, okay, so it was the Orville Dam. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And again, and thank you for the donation as well. It's very kind of you. Thank you. So there's a lot of issues, guys, and taking care of ourselves and being as ready as we possibly can be, that's a big part of it. So, I have an interesting thing that may be coming up soon that I will be talking to you guys about, and you might find it interesting as well. I have something that I have to run by somebody, and we'll see what happens when that happens. But it'll be an interesting development that I did not expect. Something to do with the property in West Virginia, and so that'll be really cool if that's the case. So I'm keeping my pandemic fat to help me get through the coming famine. Good for you, Gigi. Oh my God, that's so funny. But again, guys, seriously, if you can take care of yourselves and get in better shape, it's going to make life a whole lot easier when the time comes. We're going to be much more active than we've ever been before, and so being ready physically is going to be a big part of it. So that's something to think about. Susquehanna Homestead says moonshine. There you go. That helps too. That's a good thing to have. That is a good thing. The extra weight makes more for the pot roast for the cannibals. Oh my God, that's terrible. That's too funny. Hey, Survival Julia, welcome. She's joining late, but she'll rewatch from the beginning. That's fine. That's, hey, I get it. We all have a life. We're all busy. It's understandable. It really, truly is. I want to do some shout outs really quickly because we're getting into that end of the stream, and I don't want to forget doing all this. Johnny Freedom Seed, crazy how CDC and private companies are now making the rules. That's insane. And I love the donation amount. Thank you, Johnny. 7.62. That's a very popular and good one as well. So thank you very much for the donation as well. And you're right. Private companies and the CDC should not be making the rules and mandating what happens when it comes to the the people that are taking advantage of the system. And a lot of people are. Not all. Again, I've said that before. Not all, but a lot are. And that should not be allowed to happen. So anyway, I want to do some shout outs really quickly. Doug and Stacy is one. They're a great channel. Definitely watch them. A lot of good information on them. Another one would be Icky Can Off Grid. Yep, JJ's got that up there already. Really good guy. He's up in Canada. Definitely want to support him as well. Also, Sean James with My Self-Reliance. Angry Prepper would be another one. Marfugal News is another channel that I definitely think you should watch. Green Greg's is another one that comes to mind. Southern Prepper 1. Wranglestar, yep, like his channel. Oh, Steve Wallace, yes, with the camping guy. I love him, Mary Lapp. I think he's awesome. Very down-to-earth guy, and he's sneaking around camping in all these places he's not supposed to camp. Good channel to watch. Fun, very entertaining, very, very entertaining. And he's always drinking his 2 second step. Yep. So very, very fun. He's a good dude. I like him. Pinball Preparedness is another channel. I know he's back out of YouTube jail, so that's good. Good for him. I'm glad to hear that. Also, there is Gray Man. Definitely follow him as well. Check him out. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Magic Prepper would be another one. Alaskan Granny, Alaskan Prepper. So a lot of really Prepper Princess is another one. Yep. So a lot of good channels out there. I think we should all be supporting each other, rising each other's up, not trying to beat each other's down as well. And the other one, like I said again, Joe from St. Bernard Acres. So a lot of good channels out there, and we should all be supporting each other. So Alaska Prepper just surpassed 100,000 subs. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. That is absolutely awesome. So yep, Steve's a fellow Canuck. Yep, he's up in Canada. So, but yeah, Ice Age Farmer, Suspicious Observer, also Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. There's another one. A lot of really good information from those guys. Suspicious Observer just did a thing talking about when I talked the other day, and I talked about the currents in the ocean changing. He just did a big thing about that and how the currents are changing because of the amount of fresh water being put into the oceans. So that is something to be paying attention to, because that definitely affects us all. So you're talking about a lot of events happening, a lot of weather events, drastic weather events because of that type of thing happening. Oh, Mary Greeley, yep. She's always monitoring Yellowstone. Yep, she's awesome too. North Shore Preparedness, yep. So a lot of channels out there. Like I said, I think that we should absolutely support each other. I think it's important that we do that. So just wanted to give a few out there ahead of time, because I do think it's that important. But yeah, Diamond is awesome. I love Diamond. I'll tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. Watchman was saying about Diamond. When I first got up here to the homestead, it was pretty rough for us. Hey, we the people, Prepper Nurse One. Yes, so well, thank you. Yes, obviously we want you guys to subscribe to my channel as well. Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So when I first got up here and we were struggling, it was tough. It was not easy. Money was really super tight. Diamond donated the money for me to buy my push lawnmower, which I still have that same push lawnmower. So I have a lot of respect for Diamond. It was very kind of him to do that at that time, and it was very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. So, there is, like I said, when I say that we're a big community, we really truly are. So I think that is awesome. And like I said, we need to try to help each other out when we can, because I think it's important. So, I wanted to give you guys some information here, and I'm not going to say the guy's name. I won't even say what state he's in, but I got an email, and these are the type of things that absolutely blow me away. It's very humbling for me that people would think this highly of me to do this. Okay. A gentleman contacted me through email, and he said, hey, I know you're going to go down and you're closing on your property in West Virginia. He says, I have a tractor about the similar size as your neighbor Richard. He said, once you get settled into your property and you get down there, if you would like to use my tractor for a while, he goes, I would be okay with you coming and taking my tractor and using it down on your property. And that type of generosity is absolutely amazing to me. I cannot even begin to tell you how humbled I am by that. It is amazing. So I wanted to put that out there, and I definitely will be taking him up on that offer, because with 25 acres and a mile in driveway to get to the property, or road, if you will, I'm going to need that tool, and that's definitely a tool that I'm going to need. So that's amazing, and I'm very, very much appreciative of that. So I definitely wanted to bring that up. Another gentleman on here has said once we get down to the property that he wanted to donate 12 yards of stone for the driveway because he realizes how long of a road that is in, and so he made that offer as well. So those type of things, they may not seem a lot to some people, but to me, it is unbelievably appreciated. And like I said, it is a huge, huge project and undertaking that I'm about to undertake down there, and I realize that. And it's not going to happen overnight. This homestead here did not happen overnight. This took time, and that one will as well. But it is amazing the number of good people. I've had other people contact me that live in West Virginia that are also fellow preppers, and they said, once I get, if I need a hand with some stuff, they're willing to come out and help. And also, I had somebody that was at the prepper get together from Virginia that said the same thing. He said, I'm not that far from where you're going to be, and so you may want to have a meet and greet for your locals to see what talent is available to help. Oh, I definitely will. I'm not afraid to open it in my big mouth, morning light, as you all know. So I definitely will try to find some local people, and stuff like that. So, I definitely will try to spend my money locally. I think that's important to do anyway. And I did that up here. And I plan on doing that down there as well. So, but again, people offering to come and help, and believe me, I will take them up on it because, like I said, there's going to be a lot of work that has to be done down there, and so it's going to be a huge project, a huge undertaking. But really, really excited about it. Thank you, JJ, for taking care of that. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, community is so important. It really is. And, I'm going to start. I have my group up here. All right. So I want you guys to realize something. It's not like with me going to West Virginia that I'm like, screw the people up here. You're on your own. Mom and Beck are still going to be here. The people that are part of the group up here would still come here. All right. I will also have a group down in West Virginia as well. I guarantee you I will have a group in West Virginia as well. I'll meet people. There'll be maybe some people coming with me down there. We'll see what happens. But I will definitely have, people in place. We'll do what's necessary. And, this way, like if I have to come back and forth, which I'm sure I'm going to be, if I have certain people already down in place on the property, then I don't have to worry about somebody coming in taking anything or stealing anything when I'm not there. So he's been sanitized. Well, that's awesome, JJ. I appreciate that. That's and it's so sad that we're at that point where people feel like they need to act that way and do those things. It's pretty pathetic, to be honest with you. So what do we got? 585 in the chat, guys. We're at 386 on the thumbs up. Let's set a high goal here. Let's shoot for 500 thumbs up. So we got 114 to go. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. I very much appreciate you guys doing that. Also, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I appreciate you shooting that thumbs up for that reason as well. Also, I like to see a lot of thumbs ups. That's part of the game for me. It's fun. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So let's see if we can get how close to 500 we can get. So now we're up to 417. So we're looking at 83 more before we sign off. We've got about 10, 11 more minutes, maybe 12 minutes to go. So we got our work cut out for us. But let's see what we can do. So let's do this right now while we're thinking about it. So we get this out of the way, and then we can talk some more before we sign off. We are Legion because we are many. We We are the good legion, like the Roman legion or the American legion, not the bad biblical legion. Let me just make clear of that. We are a huge family. We're a huge network of people. We are all over the country. We are all over the world. And when I say we are all family, we are huge. We're a huge family. Where is everybody from tonight? We have Connecticut, Syracuse, New York. North Highlands of California, Michigan, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Nowhere, Oklahoma. Still my favorite name, Old 4G. Love that name. Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Pittsburgh, PA, Southern Maryland, Ulster Park, New York, Raleigh, North Carolina, Ontario, Canada, BC, Canada, Pueblo, Colorado, Northern Illinois, New Zealand, welcome. Norway, welcome. Austin, Texas, New Mexico, Massachusetts, Long Island, New Brunswick and Maine, North Central Illinois, Key West, Florida, Southwest Ontario, Canada, Missouri, Sioux City, Iowa, Delaware, Minnesota. We have Lansing, Michigan, Central Kentucky, Indiana, Virginia Beach, Beech Grove, Indiana, Western New York, Texas once again, Golden Valley, Arizona, Apollo, Pennsylvania, Mississippi, Ontario, Canada, Oklahoma, no mass, there you go. Let's see, Palm Beach in Florida, very nice. Rolling Meadows, Illinois, Eastern Tennessee, Greenlee County, Arizona, London, Troll Plaza, there you go. Northeastern Pennsylvania, California, Nebraska, Colorado, west of Englewood, Chicago, very cool. Western Colorado, Hollywood, California, Saskatchewan, Canada, very nice. North Hollywood, California, Union City, Pennsylvania, in Eufaula. I know that's probably absolutely wrong, and I apologize. Alabama. Kim, I don't know how to say that first part of that. Hamburg, New York, Cedars Rapids, Iowa. Let's see, we have Kentucky, San Diego, Kent in the UK. Very nice. Welcome. Thanks for staying up so late. Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte. That's because I lived in Charlotte. I lived in Charlotte, New York. Same spelling, but that's Charlotte, North Carolina. Upstate New York, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Elizabeth, Colorado. So again, guys, upstate South Carolina, the Ossods in the house. Charleston, West Virginia, Dublin, Ohio. Eufaula, Alabama, okay. Maria, Colorado. Troy, North Carolina. We have the UK again. So welcome. So again, guys, you look at all these different states. You look at all these different countries that I just did in this brief amount of time. We're all over the place. We are an absolutely huge group of people. And realistically, comes a lot of power with that. We have a lot of power that people don't realize. Banding together, working together, we can make a difference. When the time comes, west of St. Paul, Minnesota, very nice. When the time comes, that's, I think, why we've been awakened. I really do. To make a difference, to help the people that need help, to show them the way to how to survive when that time comes, because people are going to be lost. You know, the number of people that don't even know how to make a fire, that don't even really know how to make a fire. And I'm not talking about with a bow drill or any of that type of stuff. I'm just talking making a regular fire that's going to burn and it's going to work. There's so many people that have no clue whatsoever how to do that. It's really sad, realistically. So they have no idea, no idea. Got some people leaving. Peter's heading out. Thank you very much, Peter. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Oh, we have Newfoundland up in Canada. Phyllis in the house. Very nice. So, you know, and it's, with everything going on, I would obviously very much encourage you all to continue to get ready. Do the best you can. For those of you that are members, tomorrow, the Hardcore Preppers members only will be tomorrow. So if you are interested in being part of that, becoming part of that group, if you go to my main page, preppernurse1.com, or Prepper Nurse 1 on YouTube here, you'll see the join button. You click on that, you have 3 options. The highest level gets a private live stream every week. I'm going to end up having to remake up the other live stream for everybody else, which I will definitely do when I get back from West Virginia, because I will be down there. I may be able to get it in when I'm down there. I don't know yet, but I'll let you guys know. I do plan on doing my normal streams. I will do some video when I'm down there, and I will try to get some videos up. And also, I will be doing my normal stream. So, like when Wednesday night, I will be doing a normal stream. I will probably be there, still probably be down there on the Friday, so I'll do a normal stream on Friday. But tomorrow night, for my members at the highest level there, the hardcore preppers, I will be doing a live stream for you guys tomorrow. I will set it up ahead of time so you guys see it, hopefully, and you guys can join me then. All right? So I got people pissed off that I have a members-only live stream. I live stream 3 days a week no matter what. I put videos up every single day. If I want to give certain people that want to be able to do it more private attention, that's what I'm doing. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but that's not your choice, you know. Hey, we the people. California trying to bring back the mask, not wearing one. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I had to go. I think I may have mentioned this the other day. I had to go to the bank to get the cashier's check for the closing. All right, because I'm putting a certain amount of money down on the property. And I had to go into the bank, and everybody's wearing a mask. And I was like, what the heck? And they were like, yeah, they just reinstated, you know. Yeah, it's your channel. Run it your way. Exactly. And I will. And if people get butt hurt, that's their choice too. You know, they can get butt hurt. I had a buddy of mine tell me before, what's the matter? You can't keep 94,000 people happy? And it's, you know, he says it as a joke, but he's right. You're never keeping everybody happy. So, you know, I stopped trying. I'm going to be me. I'm going to still be me. I've never changed. You watch my early videos to my videos now. I'm the same person. I haven't changed. I always will be that person. I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy. I'm never going to be anybody that I'm not. I'm never going to think I'm all that. And that's just the way it is. So I don't want my butt hurt. Well, that's good, Happy Homesteader. I hope you don't. So, hey, Pamela Sherry. If you are on an iPhone, you have to request a desktop site to see the join button. Ah, okay. All right. Well, thank you for giving that information to people. So if you're on an iPhone, you have to request desktop site to see the join button. So there you go. So that's thank you for sharing that information. I didn't know that. So because I don't have an iPhone, I have a Samsung. So I have a different kind. But I want to thank my moderators for doing a fantastic job keeping the chat clean. You guys are fantastic. You're wonderful. I appreciate you more than you know, ladies and gentlemen, to do that for me. I really do. It means a lot to me that you would come here show after show, stream after stream, and keep the chat clean, keep the trolls out of here. So it means a lot. I also thank all of you for being here. So what are we at? 459 on the thumbs up. We got to get 41 more, guys. 41 more thumbs up. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can hit 500 thumbs up before we jump off. And thank you. Thank you for doing that. Let's see if we can get that number up there. Do it your way, Frank Sinatra. Thank you very much, Asif. And that's exactly. Yeah, I can only be me. I can't be anybody else. And I'm not going to change who I am to please anybody. So no cats in the house again. I'm telling you, it's that time of year. Weather's nice. The cats are not in the house. So I showed the dogs early in the stream because they were right up my behind. But thank you again, everybody, for being here. You guys are the best. I appreciate you all. Means a lot, your support. It really, really, truly does. And I cannot wait to take you all on this new adventure when we go down to West Virginia and start that project. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. If we can get to that point where we realize that we are one race, we could get so much more done. We could accomplish so much. There's absolutely no reason that anybody should be starving, going without fresh water, having a roof over their head, having their basic necessities in life. There's no reason that everybody should not have those options. The people in charge don't want that. They want us all to have those different levels and fight each other over race, religion, political affiliation, The vaxxed or the unvaxxed. That's the latest game that's being played out there. The vaxxed have a right to be angry at the unvaxxed. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Do what you got to do for yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Okay? But when the time comes, you're not going to care who that helping hand comes from. That's the thing I want you to remember. If you need help when that time comes, you're going to be appreciative of that person, no matter what color they are, no matter what race they are, no matter or what color and race, same thing. No matter what religion they are, no matter what political affiliation they are. That's what I want people to remember. So let's stop the nonsense now. It would be great. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important to tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. And last but not least, STD. Love the acronym. It's my favorite. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching your goals, accomplishing what you want to accomplish, is you. That's it. Do not listen to negative people trying to drag you down, telling you what you can't do, what you can't accomplish. Don't listen to those people because they want you to be miserable just like they're miserable. Choose to be happy. It's amazing how that works. Choose to be happy. It's really easy. So what are we at? 498. 2 away, guys. Let's get it. 2 more for 500 thumbs up. So again, like I said, just live your lives, be happy. Choose to be happy. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It's amazing how it works. There, we got it. We got 500. That's awesome. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. That's cool. So it's like I said, it's a game to see what we can do. So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Again, for my members, I will see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for that private stream for the members only. So look for that. I will see you all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.